Well, hey guys, in today's video, I'm going to be talking about pore suction devices. You know those crazy pore vacuums that are all over Instagram? Every time I open that app, I get bombarded with an ad for something that wants to suck onto my face like a leech. There's also the PMD microdermabrasion system. What the heck are these things, and do they even work? They are kind of an at-home version of the very popular hydrofacial. You guys remember over a year ago, I actually had a hydrofacial done and I vlogged it just for fun. A hydrofacial is a type of facial that estheticians do that uses a combination of suction and pressure, kind of like a pressure washer almost, to cleanse the skin, remove built-up skin cells just by that kind of combination of suction and pressure. And then after they do that, they put on different chemical exfoliants, kind of using the same pressure suction device, and you get a unique kind of very superficial chemical peel that can smooth out the skin. And if you get this procedure done multiple times, it can help remove some sun-damaged skin cells in theory, brighten up skin tone. And that's what these devices are kind of going for, an at-home facial. People are fascinated with sucking gunk out of their pores. I think that's really what drives this. I mean, it used to be the pore strips, but now they've taken it even further to going straight Hoover on your face. I don't recommend these devices. I think they have a lot more risks, and the benefits are few and far between of using something like this. I do believe that they are a lot more gentle than what the estheticians are using in the hydrofacial, or what you get in office, which is a good thing, because I don't think anybody should be doing that to themselves. I think only a professional should be using these tools at that level, because there are risks associated with something like this. So I don't think people should be doing this on themselves, is what I'm getting at. So I think they are a lot more wimpy in comparison to what you get like in a spa or something. Anyways, what can go wrong here? Well, like any mechanical exfoliant, you run the risk of micro tears. Micro tears are little abrasions to the surface of the skin that you don't see with your eyes really, but over time, those little micro tears, micro abrasions, they really compromise your skin barrier. They cause a lot of irritation. They result in impaired skin barrier function, more transepidermal water loss, and this can cause dryness, peeling, and a lot of skin issues. And so I don't think doing these at home is a good idea for that reason. I think it can cause a lot of just irritation and problems for you. It can make your skincare products then more irritating. So if you're doing this and then you're using a retinol or prescription tretinoin after this, and you have those little micro tears, it can really increase the risk of irritation. And of course, if you have any background skin issue like acne, eczema, rosacea, I definitely would not use one of these devices, because those little micro tears and injury to your skin barrier, it can only result in flaring of those skin diseases. So I just don't think they're a good idea. You know, you can suck out your pores. I mean, suppose they work, suppose they clean out your pores. They're just gonna fill up again with cellular debris and oxidized sebum. So, you know, consistent cleansing is about all you need to do. And there are better things that you can do to improve the look of pores beyond putting this glorified Hoover on your face that are a lot more evidence-based. I have a video on the best masks for blackheads. You know, using a clay mask can help pull out some of those dead skin cells and gunk out of there, and in doing that on a weekly basis is a lot safer than using one of these crazy suction devices. The other thing that certainly can happen with these is that the suction can cause little tears to the blood vessels, and you can get dilated blood vessels, which are called telangiectasias. You can even get bruising. And if you have really mature skin, then your skin is a lot more susceptible to bruising, because as we get wiser, the deeper components of our skin, that structure, it's just not quite there, and we're more prone to little breaks and tears. So something like this is not advisable whatsoever. And for anybody with medium to deep skin tones, these little micro tears and micro injuries, they can heal with post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, which is something you don't want. I think enough people have been convinced, maybe not everyone, but I do think enough people have been convinced that the walnut scrubs are a bad idea. The St. Ives apricot scrubs, putting walnut shells and things, it can cause those little micro tears. This can do the same thing, cause little micro tears and potentially bruising, and of course aggravate skin conditions like acne, eczema, and rosacea. If you are prone to blackheads, consistent use of a salicylic acid face wash over time can really help keep those pores free of that built up debris, because the salicylic acid concentrates in the oil gland to break up that gunk and just kind of keep things moving out and clear, as opposed to this suction that's very aggressive. And when you think about that blocked pore and what you're seeing, that stuff is not just like dust in there. It's more concrete. Those skin cells are packed together with kind of cellular cement. And so the suction, it's not really a logical way to remove that. You really want a chemical exfoliant, much better. It can get in there and dissolve that stuff. As opposed to trying to suction it out. That really can just cause a lot of damage to the surrounding skin, including those micro tears and bruising. And using a clay mask a few nights a week can help to remove some of those concretions, because it kind of pulls out the oil gently without putting any suction on. It can just kind of improve the look of the pores. But the salicylic acid can really help in dissolving that debris and keeping things clear. Overall, I'm just not a fan of at-home microdermabrasion at all. I mean, microdermabrasion as a aesthetic procedure, it can be underwhelming, and it's not right for everybody, and it doesn't yield good results in everybody. People who have deeper skin tones are more at risk for hyperpigmentation and potentially even scarring. So doing this at home, it's very low reward. Yes, you may appreciate smoother skin, but you guys, that's gonna last at most a day. And all of these other risks that I brought up, is it really worth it? No. If you want to sort of level the playing field on the surface of your skin, make everything more even and smooth, using an alpha hydroxy acid is a much better way to do that. Like a gentle lactic acid, it will help break up those gluey bonds between the built up dead skin cells and have them, be shed and smooth out your skin surface. Like that Derma-E overnight face peel that I've talked about in several videos, I'll link it down below. I mean, that's an effective product to do this. To just kind of smooth out the surface of the skin without putting you at risk for suction purpura or micro tears or anything like that. Also, the Exuviance AP Performance Peel is another great option to kind of smooth out the surface of the skin. Using an alpha hydroxy acid like that, either the Derma-E product or any number of alpha hydroxy acid products, using them conservatively to exfoliate, it can help your other active ingredients get into the skin a little more evenly and a little better. So I think those are a better choice, as opposed to creating these areas of skin injury on a microscopic level, which is what the pore vacuums do. The chemical exfoliant is more precise and is going to give you a more even level of exfoliation. Yeah, the combination of the suction, I think it's too risky for those micro tears. Another option though that I am a fan of, although it is a little gimmicky, but I think it's not bad, are those silicone automated face scrubby things, like the Luna. There's just little silicone brushes. It's kind of like a sonic toothbrush, but for your face. I like those because they're super gentle, and for people who want to scrub really hard, I think they're a nice kind of hand holding to prevent you from doing that. So those are another option beyond the clay masks and the alpha and beta hydroxy acids. That's what I can tell you guys about Pore vacuums. Those of you who watch my videos, you're like, of course she's not going to recommend a Pore vacuum. But those are my reasons why. And so I would recommend instead acids are a much better way to go for exfoliating the skin. The silicone automated brushes for cleansing are nice if you are, rubbing a little bit too hard yourself and causing micro tears just by aggressive scrubbing with a washcloth. That too can happen. I think the silicone brushes are a nice crutch. And then of course a clay mask is very gentle. I'm a huge fan of the Cetaphil clay mask. It's super moisturizing and effective. And when done a few nights a week, I think it really can yield some nice results. So I'll list that down below as well. But yeah, skip the suction devices. They are, they're a mess. But I hope this video was helpful to you guys. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.